of Abinadab that was in Gibeah. And Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drove the new cart. And they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which it was at Gibeah, accompanying the ark of God, and Ahio went before the ark. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put forth his hand. And believe it or not, that song vibrate. Nobody would ever want to call until you're involved to something you need to do. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, let me read that again. Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of God and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah. And God smote him there for his error, that he died by the ark of God. And that second passage is follows the same line of this event. It's 1 Chronicles 13 and beginning with verse 11. And it says, And David was displeased because the Lord had made a breach upon Uzzah. Wherefore that place is called Perez Uzzah today, to this day. And David was afraid of God that day, saying, How shall I bring the ark of God home to me? So David, look at this, David brought not the ark home to himself to the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. Our final passage is 2 Samuel chapter 6. Let's look at verse 11. 2 Samuel chapter 6 and verse 11. And we'll read 12. And the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. And it was told King David, saying, The Lord has blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that pertaineth unto him, because of the ark of God. So David went and brought up the ark from the house of Obed-Edom into the city of David with gladness. And from those verses, I want to talk about, and as we leave this meeting, we want to leave here. We want to face the challenge of bringing the glory back home. Bringing the glory back home. Now, these passages represent David's attempts to bring the Ark of the Covenant back to its rightful place in Jerusalem, among God's chosen people. You see, the ark was meant to be a blessing to all of God's people, not just a few. Our King David's first attempt to bring the ark home, a man had died. We just read that in the process. And this left the people unfulfilled and discouraged. And even David himself was disheartened. The Bible said that David was angry. Well, who was he angry at? Was he angry at God? Was he angry at the priest? Was he angry at himself? Well, and why was this so important? Why was this significant? But to understand the importance of the ark and its homecoming, we have to look at a brief history of the ark. And we won't take a long time with this, but just for a few minutes. Exodus 25, verses 10 through 22 kind of gives you the example if you want to look at that at your convenience. Exodus chapter 25, beginning with verse 10. And in this passage, God gave instructions to Moses for the construction of the ark.